Good morning. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. This morning, we're going to talk about why New Year's resolutions don't work, why they rarely work, if ever. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right. What's happening, guys? Good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. Kind of a weird Wednesday, right? In the middle of a holiday week. And it's a pretty quiet week for us in our world here, which is kind of cool. You get a little bit of a rest and recharge and actually get some think and everything not being so hectic. So appreciate that. I hope you guys are having somewhat of a relaxing week as well. This morning, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. I know that, so many people set them and not very many people actually keep them. I can't remember what the percentage is, but it is like 60 something percent of people don't last a week with their New Year's resolutions. And I wanted to dig in this morning about why that is. Why New Year's resolutions don't work, why fad, things in your life. I want to do this and I want to shortcut it. I want to do it quickly. Why those things don't work. Wanted to talk about that stuff this morning. So thank you guys for being here. Good morning to you, Dean, Chris Filippelli, Sam. Good morning to you, Jared Bird. Good morning, Tammy. Thank you for being here. Weldon, good morning, man. Thank you for being here, brother. Good to see you here. Trudy, good morning to you. And Bruce Pulver, my man, good morning. Feel like I just saw you, Bruce, a couple hours ago here. So here's the deal with New Year's resolutions, guys. The reason that New Year's resolutions don't work is because they have no plan attached to them. They have no activity, no discipline. They are just an idea that you come up with that you would like to change in your life, but there's no pattern of you actually being able to change it that backs that up. If you really think about it, New Year's resolutions are a terrible idea. What is a great idea is creating a real plan, creating a real goal, and then actually mapping out how you're going to change your life, your daily routines that allow you to actually implement that change that you're looking for. And that is, listen, it's something we all go through, right? We all decide that we want to do something that's a little bit different. Maybe we want to work out. We want to eat better. We want to wake up earlier. And we find ourselves off that routine pretty quickly. And the reason that we find ourselves off that routine is because that is not what we're used to doing. Our typical routine is all over the place. And so New Year's resolutions don't work because there's no discipline. They also don't work because the masses actually fail at them. So it gives everybody the excuse to back out of their New Year's resolution and not really feel too bad because there's a lot of other people failing at it as well. And so I want you guys to think about that. What is it? And listen, I'm not telling you not to set goals or not to have things for the new year that you want to do. I'm just telling you that New Year's resolutions are a really surface level attempt at making a change in your life. Nothing good is going to come from you setting a New Year's resolution and giving that a good shot for the first week or 2 weeks of January. What is going to be effective is what we've been talking about for the last couple of days. And that is, actually taking some quiet time to figure out what it is that you want in your life. And lining those things up. And this is, I'm talking about from every aspect, from the family aspect, the spiritual aspect, the health and fitness aspect, the business side of things, actually taking the quiet time to figure out what it is that you want, put yourself in that place of what it looks like after it's been achieved. What does it look like from the lives impacted, from the change in your own life? What are those things that happen along the way that really give you that emotional drive to make those things happen? And it couldn't be more important over the next few days here and going into the first few days of 2021 to make sure that you're taking that time, right? To make sure that you're getting with people who are driven, who are accountable, that you can share those goals with. You can share your New Year's resolutions, aka your goals, and you can actually come up with a real plan of how it would work and what kind of impact that would have on your life, and what it would feel like when you achieve it, and actually putting yourself in those places and being able to feel that emotion of accomplishment when it happens. And when you do those things and you have people in your life that care about you, that you are accountable to, that you're sharing these things with, man, your goals start to happen. They're not just New Year's resolutions that last for a week. Everybody knows that if you go to the gym the first week of January, the place is packed, but nobody actually sticks to it because it hasn't been an important thing in their life until January 1st. They also haven't taken the time to actually tie the emotion of the result to the goal itself. They've only just decided that this was going to be their New Year's resolution or the thing that they were going to change in their life starting on January 1st. And why do they do that? Well, because everybody decides what they're going to change on January 1st. Everybody has something in their life that they say, I'm going to wait until January 1st to change it. Maybe this year to be January 4th because January 1st is over the weekend. But neither here nor there, if you don't have a plan that you actually have to hold yourself accountable to the activity, then that's probably not going to happen. So share your goals with other people. Make sure that you understand what it's going to take to actually achieve it. An example of that would be, let's say you want to go to the gym more often. How are you going to arrange your schedule? What are the days you're going to do that? And how are you going to flex your schedule? How are you actually going to make change to what you're doing every day to be able to fit that in? Because if you just say, hey, I'm going to do everything that I was doing, and I'm also going to go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, most likely you're not going to end up at the gym. And the reason for that is your routine doesn't take you there. You have everything figured out as to what you do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the gym isn't part of it. So if you don't figure out and you don't plan in advance for how you're going to adjust your schedule, then the first thing that's going to fall off is the thing that was not part of your routine in the first place. Comfort is in what we do all the time. Discomfort is the first thing that gets discharged out of your life when things get a little chaotic. Think about that, because as you go into 2021 here and you have these things that you want to accomplish, it's actually very simple to make changes in your life. It comes that fast in a decision to say, this is what I'm going to do. I used this example on a call I was on last night, but like, if your child was in danger, how much energy would you have to save that child? If any child was in danger, for that matter, how much energy would you have? That is the amount of energy that is within you all the time. So it is a decision on your part to decide that you're going to commit to this thing or things that you want to accomplish, your New Year's resolutions. And so if you take the time to actually adjust your schedule, to think about what it takes to implement these things into your life, you're probably going to be successful if you make that decision and you use the energy that you have within you to commit to it and you don't back down. Think about it. It's pretty simple, right? We complicate it as human beings by overthinking it, by giving ourselves the excuses. Well, I have a lot going on. Well, Monday was pretty busy. It was not a normal Monday. If you negotiate the promises that you make to yourself, you will never make the progress that you want to make in your life. And I'm guilty of it. So I will tell you guys, I am far from a perfect example of keeping every promise to myself. What I can tell you is that over the past few years, I've gotten a lot better at keeping the promises that I have to myself. And that builds self-confidence, self-worth, discipline in your life, the ability to make changes in your life that previously you were unable to make. And it starts with just keeping those small promises to yourself, because you will start to get more and more and more proud of yourself. More and more and more, you'll feel dependable to yourself. And so when you implement these things, you'll stop negotiating those promises that you make to yourself. And when you do that, New Year's resolutions become reality. They become real changes in your life. And it is not about making massive changes in your life all at one time. It's about just getting, as Mark just said, it's about getting just a little bit better every single day. And so if you get a little bit better every single day, the quote, I might butcher this quote, but it says, like, we way overestimate what we can do in a day, but we way underestimate what we can do in a year. So if you think of 2021 and you really want to make 2021 a great year, look at December 2021 and figure out what it is that you want to accomplish by that date and work backwards. Start thinking about what it is that you need to do. How do you need to be better every single day? What time do you need to wake up every single day to make that happen? Do you need to write in a planner every day? Do you need to write your goals down? Do you need to, what are all the things that you need to do, that you need to implement into your life? And again, don't expect to be perfect with any of these things that are kind of foreign to you right now. If you haven't written down your goals every day, it is not going to be easy for you to commit to that and get it right every single day. I asked this question of someone that was a very successful person. I asked them how many days in a row they had written in their planner, and I was expecting some crazy number, and they said 22. And so that was encouraging to me, because a lot of times I was down on myself because I would miss a day, right? There would be a day every couple of weeks that, it'd be 3:00 in the afternoon. The morning was crazy and I didn't write in my planner. So it's not about never having those days. It's about those days being a little further apart every time, right? Where you miss the promise to yourself. It is 100% in your control, the things that you decide to do. This thing that's inside of your skull is the most powerful thing that you have in your body. You will believe it here before it will actually happen in your life. You will believe it in your mind before it will happen in your life every single time. Every change that has happened in your life, every accomplishment that you've ever had, everything good that has ever come into your life happened in your mind before it happened in life. And I encourage you guys to take the time over the next couple of days. We've been talking about this. This is the third day in a row to take quiet time and figure out exactly what it is in your life that you want to change. Hal wrote in the comments here that he is leaving cigarettes in 2020. And I'm going to challenge you, man. I know how much that little one means to you. And I'm going to challenge you to tie that emotion of you being around later in life for your little one and what that means to you and what it will mean to that adult to have his father around, and to think about that every time that you think about breaking that promise to yourself of leaving cigarettes in 2020. That is something, man, I have challenged a lot of people to stop smoking, and a lot of them have done it. And so I'm here for you, brother. I will 100%, keep tabs on you, making sure that you kick that habit, leave it in 2020. And it is about, if you tie that emotion to it, man, and you can think about every time you pull one of those cigarettes out, or you think about pulling a cigarette out of a package, think about what that means. Think about you're breaking a promise to yourself. You're breaking a promise to your family. You're breaking a promise to that sweet little soul, man, that doesn't have anything to do with, your habit, right? Or your bad habit, the things that we take up that are never good for us and never serving us very well. You could associate that, Hal, to taking the money that you would spend on those cigarettes and saving it for your little one, right? There's a million things that you can associate, but it takes triggering some kind of emotion that you can attach to that, and really, again, taking the quiet time to commit that emotion into your brain so that when you think about falling off the wagon, you have that emotion to trigger in you to remind you of how important it is for you to stick to it. It is the most important thing that you can do in your life, is to keep promises to yourself. Because as you keep promises to yourself and you build self-confidence, you make everybody around you better by being a more self-confident and secure person. And you do that by, as Mark said, a little bit better every day, man. It's baby steps. You'll be amazed with those baby steps, what they do over a long period of time. Society tells you that, you can lose 50 pounds in 30 days. It's just not, it's not a viable option, right? It is not a viable option for you to be able to do something significant in a short period of time. If you don't earn it, if you somehow shortcut the process, it will not stick around. If it's worth it, it will be painful, it will be uncomfortable, but it'll always be worth it. If it is not worth it, then there probably won't be much pain associated to it, because you'll probably just quit, right? John, love it, man. Tie it to the new granddaughter, man. I can't think of anything better. It is, and how, man, I'm proud of you, bro. Do it 2 days early, right? It's 100%. It's about making a decision and sharing that publicly and telling people to please hold you accountable. And those people that really care about you, man, they'll keep checking in on you and making sure. And again, it is not about, hopefully you never pick up another cigarette in your life. But if you do, man, hold yourself accountable. Don't let it happen again. And don't crush yourself. When you crush yourself, you crush your self-esteem, you crush your self-confidence. And that's why you don't get back on the wagon and actually finish what you started. It is so critically important for us to understand the promises that we make to ourselves. Think about it this way. If somebody told you that they were going to, come to your child's birthday party, they were going to help you move, they were going to do, all kinds of things, they were going to help you, and they never showed up, would you keep that person in your life? Probably not, right? They probably wouldn't be a friend of yours for a long time, because eventually you'd get sick of the broken promises. But we break promises to ourselves every day. We break New Year's resolutions every year, and we let ourselves off the hook. So I challenge you guys to be accountable to yourself. And I can speak from experience. When I did 75 hard last year, and I kept those promises to myself every day, 75 days in a row, man, just executing, getting a little bit better, feeling a little bit better, doing all those things that lead us to the promised land, that lead us to self-confidence, to self-worth, to that self-love that we all search for. It changes your life. Mr. Glenn Lundy is on here. Brother, I've been praying for you and your wife. Glenn and Leslie are in the process of having a baby as we speak at their house. So, brother, massive prayers your way. I can't wait to see the pictures, Ben, and thank you for being here with us, brother, this morning. I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope that it hits a nerve with you. The goal is to have no broken New Year's resolutions. It's not about making promises to yourself that you can't keep. It's about setting goals, making those goals crystal clear, spending the quiet time away from everything, away from your phone, away from your family, away from your children, away from your spouse, to set those goals, tie the emotion to them that is necessary to make it. Oh man, the baby just arrived. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Can't wait to see pictures. Can't wait to hear the name. Boy or girl? Let's hear it. But to you guys, please keep promises to yourself and think about that. When you break a promise to yourself, would you accept that from somebody else in your life? Would you accept that from one of your friends, from somebody else in your life? Would you accept the broken promises that you have for yourself? Probably not. So let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's have an unbelievable 2021. It's a secret. It's a secret. Understood, man. Understood. I don't want any secrets being broken because of us here. We don't need Leslie on our bad side right after childbirth. That's for sure. Congratulations, brother, man. I can't tell you how much Glenn Lundy has meant to me over the past year and change here. It's been amazing, man. Getting to know that guy. He is part of the reason why we're here in the morning. I was on Glenn's show and inspired me to want to do something and give back to people every single morning. And so I appreciate you, brother. Congratulations. I love you, man. Thank you for everything. And congratulations to Leslie and your whole family. Man, it's such an exciting. I've been through it 4 times, and there's an indescribable feeling, man. So congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. And right before January 1st. So it's a 2020 baby. Always be remembered by that one, right? So, all right, guys, I hope this was helpful for you this morning. If you have any questions on this topic, please shoot me a DM. Let me know. I'm happy to help you. I've got a couple calls with people from yesterday that I offered to kind of just go through some goal setting stuff with people. Our office is closed this week, so I got a little bit more free time than normal. But my schedule is actually booking up pretty quickly here. So if you guys need something, please reach out and I'll try my best to connect with you guys and get you headed in the right direction. Goal setting is something that I'm super passionate about. So happy to help anybody that needs it. And I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday. I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys.